What's up, guys? Here I am again in the garage. This time I'm going to be doing a quick kind of walkthrough on the oil change. Pretty straightforward, not too much to it. I have a feeling most guys who modify their Subarus kind of already know how to do their oil change, but you know, I'll put this information out there to kind of help somebody out. Anyways, let's get started. This is my 2017 Subaru WRX, considered a Stage 2 Plus. Got an intake, downpipe, charge pipe, and intercooler. But like I said, pretty simple, just doing an oil change. Really simple. Subaru made it really straightforward and nice and easy to service these cars as far as oil changes go, so got lucky there. The oil filter, obviously we're going to be replacing this. It's literally right there. That is the oil fill cap. Over here, what I got is the Subaru takes 5.4 quarts. So I use Mobil 1, 5W30. You can use a few other different kind of oils. Obviously full synthetic, you will need to make sure it's full synthetic, but depending on your situation, some guys use 530, some guys use 540. Talk to your tuner about it, he'll let you know. I use 530. As far as the oil filter, don't think it matters too much. You'll probably get away with just an OEM Subaru oil filter and be just fine. I went with this STP because it was on sale, getting here. And I also went with Mobil 1 because I already had some Mobil 1 ready to go. But again, you can use pretty much whatever you want. Tools are going to be pretty straightforward. The oil filter, you are supposed to be able to remove by hand. It's supposed to be hand tight. You see these other guys that they freaking gorilla grip this shit on there. Crazy tight, not needed. Hand tight, you will be perfectly fine. Get yourself a wrench. Really doesn't matter what size. I use this, perfectly fine. I don't remember what size socket it is exactly. I'll let you know when I get back under there. I want to say it's like a 12 or something, but I don't think it is. I don't remember, 12 or 14 or something. Yeah, I'll let you know. So first things first, jack up the car. You'll want to have somewhere to dump the oil. I always recommend using a jack with jack stands because that's the safest way to do it. I'm going to rotate my tires at the same time, but that's not a requirement. That's just something I'm doing because I do my own services at home. So yeah, let me get the car jacked up and kind of in a service mode or whatever, and then we'll get back to this. All right, now you've gotten to this point, jacked up the car, put jack stands underneath there. Be safe, leave the jack under there as well. It's just one more thing, keep you safe when you're getting underneath the vehicle. The thing weighs like 32, almost 3,300 pounds. If you get squished, you're over. All right, so first things first is you'll want to remove the oil filter and the oil fill cap. I was driving because I had to go pick up the oil, so some of my stuff is a little bit toasty, so I'll probably have to get some gloves here in a second. But yeah, take that off, because when you undo the drain plug underneath it, if you still have these on here, it can actually retain a little bit of the oil up inside the motor, so you don't want that. So take off the fill cap, take off the oil filter, then you'll want to get up underneath it and then undo the drain plug there, and that'll allow all of the oil to get out, so that way you can put all fresh stuff in there and have a good fresh oil change. Alright guys, so I've taken off the oil filter and took off the drain fill cap. So it's a 14 millimeter. It's right underneath here, right under your oil pan. Probably can't see it too well from where you guys are at, if at all, but it's 14 millimeter. Go ahead and undo this. Got your drain pan right there. We'll go ahead and get the oil out, and then I'll keep going. rotated, oil is drained out. Pretty much you want to just give yourself a few minutes to let the oil drain out. I rotated the tires while the oil did its thing. So now the plug is back on and you are ready to put on the oil filter. So when you put on your oil filter, you want to get a little bit of oil on your finger, kind of go across the little rubber gasket right here. It's like to seal before you install it. It helps it prevent against like leaks, makes it easier to take off next time. A few things. There's really good things to do. So all you gotta do is get a little tiny dab on your finger, just enough. Go right around the edge like that. Make sure it's just lubricated up. That's pretty much all you're doing. Come on over here. Thread it on there. And then again, like I was saying before, hand tight. So just with my bare hands, put it on just like that. Didn't really strain myself. Just like make sure it's nice and snug. That's all you gotta do. You see some other guys, they totally crank that on there. Not needed. All right, so then all that's left is your drain fill cap. Keep track of that. And then actually putting the oil in here. So we could go ahead and do that now. Let me grab a handy funnel. Make sure it's not shit in your funnel. You don't want anything getting into your motor. And like I was saying earlier, the Subaru WRX takes 5.4 quarts. This is 5 quarts. So it's going to take up the entire one. And then the 0.4 is going to get a little complicated. So you'll want to get the oil. It's a little bouncy around right now just because where I've got it. But you'll want to give it on a level surface. And 0.4 will be about half a quart. This side is quart, this side is liter. So do roughly half. So when we're done, we'll want that level to be somewhere roughly around right there. And then obviously we're going to drop the car down. We'll check the oil level and go based off of that too. All right, so I'm going to get some oil in this thing. Tires are rotated, oil is in there. Did about 5.4 roughly. We're going to double check with the oil dipstick to really make sure that we got it where we needed to. So at this point, old oil's out, new oil is in, new filters on there. Drain cap is back on. The car is lowered, so you want to make sure that your car is on a good level surface for when you do check the oil level. You don't want it back or forth or anything like that because it'll give you wrong readings. So make sure you're on as level of a surface as you possibly can. You'll want to turn the car on for maybe like 5 seconds. It doesn't take too much, just pretty much to get the oil where it needs to go. Then you'll take the dipstick out, clean it off, put it back in, take it back off, make sure it's where it needs to be. If it needs a little bit more, then you fill it up right there. And also this is a good time to check to make sure that your drain plug's not leaking or you got any other weird leaks like that. So let's go ahead and get going with that. So, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on camera. We've got 2 dots. This is the top, this is the bottom. As of right now, that oil level line is pretty much smack dab in the middle, maybe slightly lower. So that's just about as perfect as you can get it. I'll add a little bit more just to top it off. But yeah, that's pretty much perfect, guys. And that's about it. That's all you got to do for the oil change. We already checked underneath the vehicle while it was running for a few seconds, make sure there was no leaks. Everything seems to be good. So real straightforward. Subaru makes it super easy to do by yourself. The oil filter is right on the top, drain plug's right underneath there. Jack it up, undo it, and you're good. Hopefully this helps out somebody, you know, wanting to do their own oil changes at home. It'll save you a lot of money. It's really easy to do. It's kind of fun. And yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to drop a like, comment, you know, something to let me know how I'm doing. Got any ideas of videos you want to see in the future? Yeah, just let me know how I'm doing. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.